I love dance. I love editing. I love singing. I love composing, acting. There's just so much that I love to do. And I've been so fortunate to have so many amazing experiences getting to do all of the things that I love. Once I auditioned to work with the choreographer of High School Musical and the Emmys, and before I knew it, I got to fly out to LA. I got the chance to perform an original composition and even ended up winning money for it. And just the other month I got to work on TV, getting the opportunity to be on Chicago PD. And I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of all of them. When you think of those things, you think of experience or performing or luck, maybe. But what you don't think of is disability. I was diagnosed a year and a half ago with POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. For me, though I have tons of other symptoms, it basically means that there's not a time where I'm not dizzy or feeling like I'm about to pass out. Sometimes my memory fails. Doesn't mean it's gone forever, but my recall ability can kind of be the worst sometimes. When it happened, I was in high school, and we all know that high school is really just memorization and recall, mostly just spitting out facts verbatim for tests. I was considerably smart. I was usually in AP classes getting A's, maybe sometimes B's, but then when things started to get rough my senior year, there was just so much that I could barely remember. My grades were dropping because of something I couldn't control, and I'm pretty sure my teachers just thought it was senioritis. The grades that I worked so hard to maintain for 3 years were about to basically be erased because of some physical condition, and it was really hard. It was hard not to feel like I was constantly failing, especially during a time when all anyone could talk about were grades in college. And that was how things felt for a long time, but then I realized that things didn't necessarily have to feel that way anymore. I realized that as poor as my memory is sometimes, I always found myself being able to retain a script. I realized that even though I have respiratory problems that forced me to drop out of gym and sports, it was always just different with dance. I realized I could still sing, I could still compose, I could still do everything that I love, and I'll never know the reason why that's how things are. But I do know that when something like this happens, you take it and run. When I worked in LA, it was before I was diagnosed. When I performed my composition, it was only a month before my diagnosis. A year and a half after the day I thought everything was going to have to change was when I got to work on Chicago PD, and I've performed in 7 musicals since, and I'm continuing doing what I love. Taking the disability out of the equation, you might never have known that there's something to stop me at all, and that's exactly the kind of way I want to live my life. Some people feel defined by their disability, but I feel defined by what I love, and that is something that I could not be prouder of.